Today we are going to compare and contrast the Clarisonic Mia and the Avon Anew Clean Brush. They both make very similar claims about cleaning your face, that they are like 5 times better than just cleaning alone with your hands. So let's look at the difference between the two. Let's see if they really do match up, if they're the same, or if one is better than the other. So first let's look at the price. There is a huge difference in price between the two brushes. The Clarisonic Mia is about $100. I received it as a Christmas gift, but they're pretty expensive for what they are. And then the Avon Anew Clean Brush is, right now it's $24.99. I think their regular price might be about $40, but it's been on sale and you can get it for $24 if you just kind of wait for it to go on sale if it happens to not be on sale at this moment. So there's a pretty big difference in price. There's about $75 to $80 in price difference between these two brushes. Let's see if it's really worth the extra money for the Clarisonic. So first let's look at some of the technical differences. The Clarisonic, first, you'll notice that there's no place to put in batteries. It is something that you charge. You connect up a little magnetic piece right here and plug it into your wall and you charge it up. Once you charge it up, it lasts for maybe about a month or so. It lasts a pretty good while. But you do charge it and then you're able to use it. The benefit of that is that since there's no battery compartment, you can fully submerge the Clarisonic Mia in water and it is completely waterproof. So you're going to be fine with that. Versus the Avon Anew Clean Brush, you can see right here where there's like a little line in it. That's where you put the batteries in. Let me see if I can, there. So here are the batteries. I'll put this one back in. They are right there. You can kind of see there's a little gasket right here that kind of is, I think it's supposed to make it water resistant so that if you splash some water it doesn't get in the batteries, but I definitely would not submerge the Avon brush in water. I don't think that's a good idea. I think it would get into the batteries for sure. So that's a big difference, I would say. This one you're going to have to change out batteries every so often. This one you're going to have to recharge every so often. This one you can dunk underneath the water in the bathtub, wash your face underneath the water, fully submerged, and this one you need to be above water with it. Don't drop it in your bathtub. So that's a big difference between the two. If we look at the brushes themselves, let's see, this one is like shorter and bulkier. This one's kind of like longer and leaner, but the actual brushes, they're very close to the same. The Clarisonic is slightly bigger, but the Anew one is really not that much difference. It's like millimeters difference between the size. But if you look at them face on, you will notice the Clarisonic brush looks different. It's got this like green part and then this white part and it's got this hole in the center, and this one, the brushes are all sort of the same on the Avon one. And if you feel the difference, these bristles are, they're harder, they're kind of like more stiff, and these bristles are really soft and smooth, and they're definitely not stiff, and they're kind of like really soft on the face. You kind of just want to like put yourself to sleep. Oh, it feels so good. So that's, I think that actually ends up being the biggest difference between the two brushes. So I'll tell you the story of how and why I bought this brush. This one I already told you I got it as a Christmas gift, and I liked it. I used it for quite a while whenever I first got it, and then I sort of like forgot to use it. I would kind of like go to charge it and then forget that I was charging it and forget to bring it back and use it again. So I kind of hadn't really used this one very much lately. And whenever I saw the Avon brush in the brochure, I was like, hey, you know what? I could do a compare and contrast video. Let me buy it so I can do that. So I really didn't buy this brush to use it, to be honest. I didn't buy it because like I needed a face cleaning brush. I bought it because I thought it would be useful to do a video on it, and I really didn't think I would get any use out of it. I wasn't spending $24 thinking like, I'm gonna really use that $24. I was kind of thinking I was using it for a video. And so I used it the first time once I got it in, and I was like, okay, I gotta use it so that I can compare it and tell y'all how it works. And I used it the first time, And at first I was like, okay, it's not much different. But then I noticed after I used it the first time, the next day I used it again. And then I used it again. And there's something about the bristles, the way they're soft, like it just makes me want to use it whenever I clean my face. It doesn't feel gross or hard. It doesn't irritate my skin. It doesn't make me turn red or anything like that. So I just found that practicality wise, I ended up using this one. Even when I thought I wasn't going to use it, I ended up using it a lot. And what I found is that I actually really liked it. I mean, my face cleaner, I liked the way that it felt, but I just liked the feeling of this brush, so it kind of made the process of cleaning my face just a little bit nicer for me. And I can't be certain if it's actually doing anything different, but my face feels clean. It feels like it's working to me, and I like that I end up wanting to use this one because it's soft. This one, I do have sensitive skin, so it would sometimes make my face kind of turn red and kind of make it like a little bit irritated right after I used it, and then I might have to like lay off of it for a day and then use it again. So it wasn't really something I could use day in and day out and constantly use it and my face would be fine with it. My face was a little bit finicky about this brush, but my face loves this brush. It has no problem using this brush every single day, and my face ends up feeling smoother afterwards. So let me show you what it looks like while you're using these. So on the Clarisonic, there's like a little hole, and that's kind of where I usually just put my cleaning stuff, right in that little hole right there. And then on the Avon Anew Clean Brush, I just kind of put it right in the center. There's not a hole for it, but I just kind of put it on the top part right there. And so I'll show you, whenever you run them, they pretty much sound the same. I'm getting wet stuff all over. So they sound, look here, this is what this one sounds like. This is what this one sounds like. This one's a little bit more of a buzz, like a higher pitch buzz, but they pretty much sound the same, and they feel like on my skin, they feel like they're vibrating at about the same frequency. Like they pretty much feel the same, with the exception that these bristles feel softer and these bristles feel hard. So I'll show you how I just like on my face. I don't normally do it with two brushes, but this is kind of like, ooh, I'm getting so much clean, ooh. And I do like this. And I find I'm able to get the same, like the surface area is the same. Now one thing, okay, so in the little cracks in my nose, like it's really hard to get this in the cracks on my nose. And like, when I do that, like it totally tickles my nose. So that's hard, because it doesn't have like a lot of bend or flex to the bristles. But this one, it's really easy to get it right there in that crack. Oh, and look, see, this one also has a timer. I forgot to tell you that. This one has a timer and it only runs for so long. This one you can run it for as long as you want. But you can see that they both do pretty much the same thing. Oh, another thingy that I thought was cool to show you is like, okay, if you hold them both up to your face and then pull them off, you can kind of see that they both leave the same kind of scrub brush pattern. So I honestly think they're doing very, very similar things. I think their like motor parts are doing almost the exact same thing, to be honest. I think the only difference is going to be with the bristles. And personally, I prefer these bristles because they're soft and smooth and they don't irritate my skin. So that's why if I had to pick, I would only spend $25 on this one, and I would not spend $100 on this one, unless for some reason you really want to wash your face fully submerged underwater. Like if you were a mermaid and it is essential that you wash your face underwater, then you're going to need this one because it's fully waterproof. But otherwise, you don't need the $100 waterproof. You should be fine with this one, and it feels better on your skin, I think. Let's see, are there any other differences? Oh, the brushes. Okay, so some people, I saw a lot of people asking a question online, like, does this brush spin? They were asking that about this. Does it spin? Does it spin? Does it spin? And I don't know where that question is coming from, because the Clarisonic does not spin. I don't know if you, like, while it's doing this is just vibrating. This is not spinning. I can promise you, like, I can hold on to a bristle and it's not spinning. It's just vibrating. That's all it's doing. And you wouldn't want something to like actually spin, because that would be really, really harsh on your skin. So no, neither of them spin. They only vibrate. That's all that they do. It's just like vibrate at a specific frequency that is supposed to help get the impurities and dirt out of the pores of your skin and loosen them up so that they come up and wash away. The other question would be about how to change the brush heads. So this one is super easy. It comes right off. This is what it looks like without the brush head. And these are the brush heads. I believe it's $15 for 2 brush heads. And then the Clarisonic is kind of harder, and you pull it out, and that's what that brush head looks like. So I saw some people ask if they could buy the Anew brush head, and if it would, like, if it was the same as the Clarisonic, like if they could use it. And as you can see, they're not the same. So you know you cannot buy these brushes and just hope to put them onto this machine. That won't work. But you can see whenever you look at it that the Clarisonic has, like, its inside part is kind of like free floating to where it vibrates separately than this. It does not spin. I can promise you it does not spin, but it vibrates separately than this. So that might be somewhat of a difference, but I don't really see like how that's gonna help my face all that much more. This one is just one solid surface of very soft and smooth bristles, and I like the way the soft and smooth bristles feel on my skin. Like even right now, I did the Clarisonic on this side, I did the Anew one on this side, and like my face feels kind of beaten up, and it really kind of feels like you took some sandpaper and did that to this side of my face. Like, does it kill me? No, I could get over it, but I think that probably the reason why I wasn't using the Clarisonic every day and using it consistently is because it didn't really feel all that great. So why do I want to use something that doesn't really feel all that great? Whereas the Anew one is feeling nice on my skin, so that's why I'm using it more. And in the end, what matters is what are you going to use consistently. That's what matters, not how much money something is or how fancy of a gizmo it is. If you're going to use it every day, then it's going to be worth it for you. So that's the differences between the Clarisonic Mia and the Anew Clean Brush. Here they are again. If you have any questions, or if you have used both of these brushes or either one of them and you have an opinion on one of these brushes, please leave your comments below so that I can hear from you, and maybe I can update the video with some more differences if I figure out more differences between the two. But thanks so much for watching. Make sure to leave a comment below and subscribe.